It's a beautiful day today, and today we have a story that would depict hope, resilience, patience, and God's timely intervention. A lot of people go through life and they come around and say, oh, life is not fair. I've not had a good journey in life. Nobody actually can predict what path he or she would go in life. But some people, they have passed through life exhibiting such resilience that at the end of the day, they not only came out at the other end of the tunnel where there's light, but they have this incredible story to tell. That is what we have for you today. My name is Modupe Oluwasemiloge Osho, and I'm going to take you through this beautiful journey with let me not even do the introduction, with this couple that have this awesome, incredible, hope-filled story. Come with me. And so here I have my guest that I'll be interviewing. Please, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, you can start, my dear.
Okay, my name is Olusegun. I'm married to this man, Barrister Olusegun.
All right, my name is Segun Olonode. Is that okay?
I know that's not all, but then looking at you today, Mrs. Olushola Efisiba, right? Efisiba Olonode, you have a wonderful husband, a wonderful family, loving children, and your career is at its peak. One would think that your life has always been like this. If I may ask, was this a kind of life you dreamt of 25 years ago?
No, not exactly. Okay, so I clocked 50, 31st of March 2026. So that means I was born 1976. So yeah, I started life very well.
No, we'll come to that. I have quite a number of questions to ask. I'm saying if you want to look way back, some years back from now, is this a kind of no? Okay, so it means you've had a lot of detours on your way, and I don't want to just bring the cat out of the bag like that as a whole. I want us to start from somewhere. Okay, so if you were to move back a little, when you were younger and you were of a marriageable age, there would be some kind of dreams you had then. So if you can just share maybe a sentence or two on that.
Okay, so when I was through with school at 23.
Okay.
I was through with school, and I was most certain I was going to get married almost immediately.
Okay.
So I started getting things ready for
marriage.
Not for marriage, actually, for marriage. I started buying things like plates, pots, gas cooker.
Good.
I started buying all those things. I was too sure that latest by 25 I was going to get married.
So at what point in time did you see it okay, this is not going to be like I thought it would be? At what point?
When I was 33.
Whoa, you were already 33 and not married.
Yeah.
Okay, so as at that time that you were 33, and I believe you've always been on a big side.
Yeah.
Good. Were there times that you've attended occasions or parties that people would now ask you some awkward questions that they would usually ask? So, when are you getting married?
Okay, so I'm a Yoruba person. I'm a mixed blood, Yoruba, Igbo.
Okay.
But I tilt more to the Yoruba side. That's my mom.
Okay, your mom's side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of course, the Yoruba people, every time you attend an event, and Tieno Adeo, that is yours too, will come around soon. And sometimes some people will actually say sarcastically, Shola, when are we going to eat rice now? Initially it was bothering me, But the usual me, I'm a very blunt person. So at a point, I also asked them if they were older people. I said, when are we burying you too?
Whoa, you were that bold.
Yeah. Because
That's
I
quite
realized that some of them were not saying it out of concern. Some of them were
To
saying it
spite you.
to spite me, yes.
And you were also.
Yes, that was when I was already getting to 40.
Whoa.
You know, and
I
some
can
of them are like,
imagine.
some of them just believe that I must be doing something that is not making me
You
get
not be
married.
married.
Yes, yes. Some were bold to say it to my face.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I can come in there. You said when some of them ask you when are you getting married, that you would now like thought when are we burying you?
Yeah.
Would you like look back and think some of them thought, okay, why you
Yes.
she's rude, so she can't be married.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Some were bold enough to say it to my face.
That
It's because some believe that it was because I was financially
okay.
Yeah. Some believe that I was proud.
Mm.
Some believe that I was too blunt. Some believe that maybe my background, you know, a lot of things.
When you say your background, what do you mean?
Well, some of them feel that because I come from a relatively comfortable family,
I see.
that maybe that's why.
Okay. So some think because you're too you are financially buoyant.
Yeah.
So that means you've always had one business or the other doing.
I've always been in business since I was in school.
I see.
Since I was on campus, I've been into business.
Okay.
And God has been very faithful. You know, God gave me this Midas touch.
So one would think that somebody like you that had this business acumen, you whatever you touch, you know, transcends to good money. One would think somebody like you would attract a man at a very early age.
Well, you're not far from the truth, but then I got born again very early in life. I got born again at 15.
That's how you are.
So I was just about rounding off secondary school when I got born again. And that helped me to have an idea of what God wanted for my life. It wasn't that I didn't have men coming my way. I had men. But I knew why some of them were coming.
Can you share that with us?
I knew some of them were coming because of my financial capability.
At 15, you already...
No, that's not what I mean. What I meant was that, okay, like when I was around 28, I had somebody who came in, and he was still in school, even though he was older than me.
Okay.
So he came with this aura of, if I even said it, he said, whatever you have, we will use it. When I said, you are still in school, how are you going to take care of me? He said, don't worry now, are you not a woman of faith? Whatever you have will take us through. I said, if you were my father, would you give your daughter to a man? Yes,
that depends on the woman
on
from
the woman,
beginning.
yeah. Because so that gave me an idea of you are cut out for trouble, you know.
That was sounding more or less like a parasite or a leech.
Sort of, yeah.
And you didn't want that out of your husband.
I never wanted that.
Okay.
As tough as I was, I know that I would need a man who truly loved God. I knew very well that if the man loves God, loving me will be easy. As a matter of fact, that's one of the prayers I always pray every time I'll say, Lord, please give me a man that will love you more than me. Because if he loves God, loving me will not be a problem.
I think that's something our young ones should pick now.
So loving me shouldn't be a problem.
A man that loves God will not find it difficult to love you.
No.
And I think vice versa.
Yes. So loving me would not be a problem to him. So that helped me to take my decisions.
So I also want to know, which I believe many people would also, you know, oftentimes when people pass through some stages in life, and especially when it's like going on and on, like it's never going to end, they would always ask God, why me? Was there a time that you ever asked God that?
Well, yeah. Maybe in my own case, I didn't ask why me. I just said, Lord, you know what? I'm tired. I didn't ask why me because I know other people who were older than me who were not married. Yeah, up till now, I know somebody who's 65 She's not married.
A lady?
Yeah, I knew somebody who is
Wow.
70 who is not married.
70.
And they are Christians and they got born again early. So that's for me, I was like, Lord, let me be honest with you, I am tired. In fact, at a point, the point which actually now got me to meeting my husband was that I called an older friend of mine who is a Christian. I said, Edmo, we understand a lot more. In other words, I don't understand what God is doing again, you know. So, and I said that because I had a dream, which for me got me a little confused. I got very angry, and I didn't want to say anything negative.
I want your best color Rodi.
Yes, I didn't want to say what I wish I didn't say.
But that you regret later.
Yes, I was like, Lord, but I never said, why me? Who should it have been?
If it's not you.
Yes.
The way some people would say, okay, permit me to just say that the Yorubas will say, you should match me.
So for me, I didn't say why me. I just felt
apologies
Lord.
to those that don't understand Yoruba.
So I just felt that, Lord, sincerely, I am tired. But I was extremely very hopeful.
Okay, so
extremely very
you said you were extremely hopeful.
Yes.
Well, what was it that was pushing you on? Was it scriptures? Was it the business you were doing? Was it something? Share with us. What was it that kept you going?
I had when I was on campus, God gave me a scripture. He makes all things beautiful
In His time.
I didn't know why He gave me that scripture. I was under 20. And you know what? At a point, He instructed me to write it and frame it. Up till now, that frame is still in my house.
Wow.
So I wrote it. It makes all things beautiful in His own time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. I can't forget. At another time, He gave me Job 14:7. There is hope for a tree, and when it is cut down, it will
sprout again.
Yes.
Whoa.
At the saints of water. That was the word. That word. At the saints of water.
So that kept you going.
Yes, and I kept telling myself, hey, Shola, it's better not to be married than to marry wrongly. I have seen failed marriages. I have seen good marriages. And I was like, Lord, I don't want to enter into marriage and come out of it. I don't want it.
You don't want to be divorced?
No. I don't want to. I've seen people get married and their husbands are beating them, and when they say it, I'm like, hey, Lord,
is this what marriage is all about?
Yeah, and yet I have seen beautiful marriages. I have friends that have beautiful homes. I have friends that have beautiful homes that I admire. They are still my friends.
Okay, talking about your friends and that you said have beautiful homes, when they were getting married, and I believe there were some younger people to you too in your family, relatives that were getting married. How did you feel those times?
Well, okay, those my friends that I said that have beautiful homes. Some were older, some were younger. Of course, almost all my cousins
were married before you.
All of them were married, and they were all younger than me because I happened to be like the first grandchild. So all the other ones were younger than me. So I knew when they got married, I knew when their children were born. So
how did you feel those times when they would call you, oh, Auntie Mufe marry, I want to get married, this, that?
I wasn't feeling, initially, I didn't feel bad. I felt my own would come. But later on, when some of them now come to visit me in my house, you know, I was living alone, maybe with one or two staff. When they come to visit me, and they now start making referrals. My wife said this, my husband said that. Or maybe I asked them, I was like, Aunt Shola, I can't do it now. Let me get home. Let me tell my husband. Or maybe I call, and it's the husband that picks the call and say, Emma Binuma wants soon.
My wife is sleeping.
Yes, that my wife is sleeping or my husband is sleeping. So sometimes I just feel, well, it's not their fault. You know, it's not their fault. One way or the other, God helped me.
But that was how it touched you. Of course, you were still human, flesh and blood.
Yeah, I was like,
but you never at any point in time wished them evil.
No, As a matter of fact, I was like a defense to most of them.
You were still praying for them.
I was not praying for them. Maybe if they have issues, they come to me. It could be maybe they need
Financial.
counsel or financial. They always come back to me.
Okay, well, amidst all these things going on around you, loneliness and all of that, but your business was still thriving. Were there opportunities that you met, that you sincerely met somebody that you would have loved to get married to, and then these opportunities slipped out of your hands, out of your own fault, that you thought was your own fault? That you thought was your own fault?
You see, there were some that initially I thought it was my fault. For example, the guy I told you said that we should get married, that we will use my own finance.
Okay.
And I was like, why should it be? So later on, when nobody came afterwards, I thought maybe I should have agreed, at least he will not be a student for life. I thought
you probably would have picked up.
Yes, I think that was the only one. All the others, it didn't take me time to give them the answer, because by then I was already in my 40s. I just made up my mind. I either get it right or I don't get it at all.
Okay, so let me ask it this way. Was there any time, or let me paraphrase again. As Christians, the Bible, God expects his own children to be chaste, stay away from fornication and all that, anything that's got to do with sex. Not the way people do it these days, that they sleep with themselves even before marriage. They say they are testing themselves, quote and unquote.
Okay.
So I want to believe, let me ask, were you one of those Christians that would think, okay, it doesn't matter?
My husband is there. He met me a virgin. Ask him.
Oh, you're like,
Ask him.
he met you a virgin?
Ask him. He's here.
Whoa, we'll come to that later. That's amazing. The double standards some Christians, let me put it like that, put up today, they would say it doesn't matter. God will understand. At least I'm old enough to know this, and God will understand. And I have conji at one time or the other. Do you know what the sexual drive and all of that God will understand? For my age, I've waited for how many years? So in your own case, you actually waited on God and you left sex out of it.
He's the only one that can say whether it's
He met you a virgin at 48. Amazing. Daddy, please share with us.
Well,
No, to start with.
oh, sure. It's very true.
Sister Shola, I'm blown away. Because these days you even meet teenagers at 12, 15, they are no longer virgins. Not because they were raped, but because they consented to it. They don't see anything wrong in it. At 18, 22, 25.
Okay, so for me, the truth is, one of the reasons why, like I told you, I met a number of people.
Yes.
One of the reasons why some people left was because they felt I was too tough.
Too rigid.
Yeah.
Why won't you be?
I don't waste time. For me, when they say don't smell what you don't eat. If there is no way, I tell you outrightly, there is no way. I don't bother. I don't. You can't be. If some of them will say, okay, but can't we be friends? I don't want. You understand what I mean? So I didn't smell it.
So they believe your standards were too high.
Yes.
And you were comfortable with your
I was
standards.
very comfortable.
Because
Absolutely.
it was in line with God's
As a
will.
matter of fact, I remember God telling me that one of the signs that I'm going to give your husband to know that he is not mistaken is that he will be the one with his virgin.
Wow.
So I was like, God, if I was praying with God, don't let me ever be raped. Don't let me ever be raped. Because there is no way you will explain it. You understand what I mean? So,
but if God had given you that sign, God knows how to prepare his own.
Did.
How to protect his own.
He did. He really did. He did. In fact, there was a day he actually told me, because I have stories of friends who were raped. And he told me, I'm keeping you for a purpose. So when my husband came and I was fighting it, He told me, he said, you didn't keep yourself, Shola.
I did.
I kept you.
Glory to God.
I kept
Glory
you.
to God. So you are not taking the glory that your husband met you as a virgin.
God kept me.
God kept you.
Yes,
he kept me.
Yes.
Yes, he kept me. That's amazing. So, okay, so at what point in time were you so convinced that your husband today is the man that God wants for you?
Okay, so, like I said, my friend has invited me for the program, and in 2022, I decided to go for the program. And so in 2023, January precisely, the program was held, and she had told me before going that that Dio will be there. He was going to lay their hands on us, everybody. I wasn't in a program with Daddy Dio for the first time. It's not my first, it's not my second.
So you were not king.
But then I just wanted to go for the program. And then she made a statement. She said, Shola, if you go for this program, and 6 months after
you're not married,
come back to me. She was damn too sure. I don't want to say the exact word she used. So I said, okay. So I went for the program. Incidentally, not unfortunately, Daddy Gio was there, but he just said, sorry, he can't lay hands on us because he has to attend the program. I went. I said, oh, she did just tell me why? What is wrong with me? What have I
you actually thought that way?
Oh yes, I was talking to myself. So I came back home after the program that same day, but that night, God spoke to me very expressly. Very, very explicit. It was loud, it was clear. You know, I had not met him, but he told me very clearly, he said, you are getting married this year. My son will come. He is a widower. I got very upset. I said, widower? Why should I marry a widower? For what reason? Why should I marry a widower? Lord, so you cannot get one of your sons that is Oshara like myself, that is what is it? Thought. So this old, you know, and you know what God told me? Do not call what I have called clean
unclean. Just like he told Peter.
Also told me. And I said, Lord, I'm sorry. Lord, I'm sorry. And I just said, I'm not going to pray about it again. I just made that grab. So in April that same year, 2023, I traveled. That was when I met the other guy I told you about that was paying for everything I buy.
Okay.
And you know, when that my friend said, no, I don't want you around Shola. I don't want you around. I
don't
know.
Afford this thing.
Yeah, she can afford them. Don't help her pay. I don't like this friendship.
This parapol, like they will say in Yoruba.
So I came back in May. When I got back in May, that night that I came back again, I had the same dream. That night that I came back.
God told you the same.
Again, he spoke to me again, and I was very upset. So I took my phone and then I called an older friend. I said, honestly speaking, I don't understand God again.
What is sue me?
What is sue me?
I'm tired.
So he now said, Sholama, worry that we are traveling.
At that time you were already 47.
I was already 48.
Wow.
Yes. He said, don't worry, we are traveling. I would stop by, myself and my wife would stop by at your place to say hello. So I said, okay. So they came, and as they came, they started talking, and just encouraged me that, well, maybe you should do adoption, so that it will not be only you. So I said, okay. So they left. So when they were leaving, they said, can we take your picture? I said, no, I love pictures.
I know that.
I love pictures. So they said, can we take? I said, no, that I have not done my face. They said, natural face is what they want. So they took my pictures together with them, and they left. But before they left, the man, that's the husband of my friend, now said that I have a friend in Ibadan who lost his wife. So I got that. I said, what is that supposed to mean? Because you know, at that point, it clicked with what
God has
I got there. I said, what is that supposed to mean? He said, no, that he's just saying it, that he's 60, but he doesn't look it. I said, I don't like it, just go.
If it's play, just stop it.
So he left. So 17th of May, I can't forget that day. It was a Wednesday, 9:45. I just got a text. Hello, Sister Shola, is it a good time to talk to you? I was like, who is this?
Dalele.
So I just scrolled up, went to see the picture there. The face is not familiar. As a matter of fact, the picture there was his first son's
picture
of his birthday. So I know, so who is this? He now didn't respond. Instead, he called. So I said, I'm about listening to 10 o'clock news. That I was about.
I don't compromise that time.
Compromise. So he now said, but it's just 15 minutes to 10. That 15 minutes is still enough
Okay,
time to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So we started talking. And then in the course of our discussion, we discovered that we had spoken before, not met.
Okay.
We had spoken about 7 or 8 years before that time. Through that same friend of his, who happens to be our mutual friend.
Okay.
We had spoken because he was towing a political path, a friend of his. So he was, I think, the legal advisor while I was the welfare, but we never met. We never met.
The legal advisor to that
person.
While I was mutual friend that is
yes, while I was the welfare person.
Okay.
So we never met. You know, he was in Ibadan and I have always been in Lagos. So we just spoke and that was all. You understand? Because the political ambition didn't come to pass. So the whole thing just fizzled away. Yeah. So, and then he now said, I'll call you tomorrow. But before I woke up in the next morning, he can type, he can write. Me, I'm more of a talker. I just got this long
episode.
I said,
now?
So I just said, I'm driving to Lagos now. But you know that I think I left camp around 5 a.m. Got to Lagos. I told him I have a target of 6 o'clock. We spoke from camp till I got to Lagos. While I was driving. These are Lagos and traffic, blah, 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 blah. In fact, that day, I think we spoke till like 10 a.m. There will be a call. He will call again and all that. And as I was getting into my house, God spoke to me. That's my son.
I told you we'll be coming.
Yeah,
whoa, glory to God.
So I said, Lord, are you very serious? I said yes. So the next day, which was 18th of May, which was a Thursday, he asked me, he said, Shola, promise me you would never, no, he was calling me Sister Shola then.
Okay.
Very respectful, very spiritual.
And very much older than you, small girl like you.
So I just said, please, don't call me Sister Shola. I said, I don't like all those spiritual kind
something, call me my name.
Yeah, I'm Shola. So
most of that, you know, he's older than you.
Yeah, he just kept calling me Sister Shola. So I said, okay. He said, promise me you won't hide anything from me. I was like, Kilati is so not gone. You're not.
When did we start geography
that you are going map? So I said, I promise. Apparently, before then, the Lord has spoken to me in the morning that
that's my son.
He is my son. I'm not. In fact, I tell him that anytime we have some misunderstanding, I'll say, you are enjoying God alone. That left to me, but that we are enjoying God. Because God told me clearly, he is my son. So it was very clear, it was a very clear instruction from God. And being his son does not mean that you people will have fracas. But somehow we resolve it without that.
Sir, I really must commend your patience. We've been chatting all this while, you've been quiet all through, I can imagine. You are God's son, really, truly. For you, Sister Shola. The same person that was telling somebody as it's right for you to die too. So, sir, I would like to ask, were you convinced of God that she's the one?
Very much, man.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I wanted to pass a comment when you came to me, to answer this question. And that comment is because I want us to be careful, since we are in the public domain,
yeah,
and several other interviews and interactions with the public they still come up, to be sure that we don't have how do they call it, inconsistencies in. There's something I want to remind you about. I think I shared some things with you. And as a result of what I shared with you, I think they were deep, like about myself, my life, what I've gone through and everything. I open up so much to her that she felt or God impressed in her heart that you cannot hide anything from this man. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I want to explain that so that as we go on, in this move of God wanting to use her primarily, and maybe use me as an instrument in his hands to reach others, like you said earlier, about message of encouragement, of inspiration, to lift others up,
yes,
and all that.
Yes.
Now I'd like to now go to your question.
Okay.
What was the question you asked?
At what point were you convinced or that she's the one God wants for you?
Okay. I think for me it was a gradual thing.
Okay. There was no conviction.
No,
there
was. I mean, the conviction came
later
on a slow and steady basis.
Okay.
Before I even met her. That mutual friend came, as she said, to Ibadan and told me about her. And as he was speaking, I had this prompting in my heart that she was somebody I had met years before.
Okay.
But just a phone call, and that was it, like 6-7 years back. I just had that prompting that she must be the one. I was not sure. Then when that our mutual friend was leaving, he said, Roshegun, let me give you her contact so that you can talk and and all that, strike up a relationship. And I think I took my phone and I was taking the contacts. And then as I took the contact, before then, I had a knowing in my spirit that whoever I was going to get married to, there would be an endorsement. I don't know.
Endorsement from who?
I don't know how to.
Or endorsement of what sort?
A kind of, will I call it endorsement? Will I call it ratification? Will I call it approval? Okay. There will be a connect from my late wife.
Okay.
Whom I was very endeared to.
Okay.
That whoever the person was, there will be a kind of something that God will show me that she approves of.
She approves of, but she's late?
She's late.
So how will she approve of it?
I don't know.
Or do you mean something that would resonate with a kind of person?
That will resonate, will connect, that will tell me that her spirit, I don't want to use, because I don't see incarnation and all that, I don't believe in it, but I know she's always with us. She's always with us. She's always with the children. She's always with me. Not as in always. I don't know how to.
Okay, so at what point in time did you know she was the one?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. So when he left, when that our mutual friend left and gave me her number, gave me her number, the number just stuck, because the number represented many things. Even in that single instance, is 080 371.
Please don't say it online. Okay, it was just the number. Okay,
very good. Okay, I understand you now. The digits were very symbolic.
Okay, that's what you want.
Very symbolic of my date of birth.
Wow.
Our own date of birth, and even the children that we had,
How many children did you have in your previous marriage?
4.
4.
Yes.
And they are all grown-ups?
All.
All through school?
Virtually all. The 3 are lawyers.
Whoa, and you are also a lawyer.
I'm also a lawyer. The 3 of them are in active practice in Ibadan. The last born, the baby of the family, is in 500 level law.
So it's a family of lawyers.
So it's a family of lawyers, and
So don't offend me. Don't offend me.
Okay, so you already had, it's a big family already.
yeah, it is.
And they are married, the one married is married to a lawyer too.
You don't say.
Yeah. So I'm a dangerous person.
So nobody should try you. Anywhere they want to go to, you have like, that's how many lawyers to your
5.
own, on your side, 5 lawyers
5,
on your
no,
side.
6.
6 actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on your side.
4, 5, 6 years.
Wow.
There are 2 or more that are yet to get married. Who knows?
So you still have not been able to, I just need you to answer that question in the, okay, so the number,
That was
what-
the first.
that was your
the
conviction.
first. We like say green
Because I want to be
light.
able to wrap this up in good time, and I still have quite a number of questions to ask her.
Oh, okay.
So we want to, there's a place I want to take the audience to, you know, like I said at the beginning, I said is a story of hope, of perseverance, of God's timely intervention in a man's life. You know, it's something that we want the people to see that, yes, God sits in heaven, but then he sees to the affairs of men here on earth. And Sister Shola's story is a striking one, a very beautiful one at that. So I think I want to continue from there, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. So, Sister Shola, on your wedding day to brother, what were you calling him when you
I
first?
wasn't calling him.
You were not calling him anything.
I wasn't calling him brother. Anything.
What are you calling him?
He's a lawyer now.
You call him lawyer. Lawyer what?
He's not alone on this.
That's
So
what
I
you call him.
don't put. I don't put alone on this. If I want to, I can say lawyer. Do you understand?
Really?
Yeah. I know a lot of people wanted to know what I was calling him.
Did you see her as being romantic?
Wow.
She just calls you lawyer. Or like one businesswoman, very strict, Papa, headmistress. I can't be calling your husband lawyer.
Initially, I didn't see the romantic side.
Okay.
I saw more of the friendly,
Okay, she's friendly.
kind, hospitable type.
Okay.
You know, of course, with all of our antics and
But sir, some say she's a bully. You didn't see that.
yeah, I saw it.
And you didn't feel threatened or like
I felt it.
she bullied you too?
Yeah,
I did.
she still do, or she still does.
Okay, and it's nothing to you, doesn't
It is something to me.
I bully you.
Yes.
Bully.
okay. Like they say love conquers or so
You
it's
see, the thing is this: is God all the way. That's the simplest explanation
You can give to it. Okay.
It is God all the way. I had 1,001 reasons to run away.
From her,
Yes,
but you stayed.
I stood and stayed. Because each time I felt I could not cope, God comes. God shows up. Each time I feel, you are. Even in the marriage itself, God speaks as in that I will know this is God. And sincerely, it has been the defining factor. He is the one that has made all the difference in this relationship.
I'll still come to that, sir. Please hold that thought. Thank you, sir. Sister Shola, on your wedding day, how did you feel? Wearing that wedding gown, how did you feel?
Fulfilled.
Really? That's just all. You didn't cry?
No.
Strong woman.
I didn't cry.
You didn't get emotional.
No. No, I felt, yeah,
This is it.
this is it. Because, of course, it was 12/12. We got married 12th of December,
Okay.
2003. And we had just concluded a program, Divine Repositioning. So I
Okay.
felt repositioned. So that day, when I went to get the gown. When I wore it, my cousin was with me in the room. And the photographer had been around since 5. I just wanted to take pictures. We had the engagement that day, that same day in the morning. Maybe people felt emotional for me, but for me, I just felt yes. The day has finally come.
This is God.
This is God.
So, what did you thank God for? What was your how would I put it? Your biggest prayer after you said I do to him? Because apparently you didn't have any magical moments. Like you were just like, okay, this is God all.
You mean that day? Oh, there were magical moments before that day. He's a good guy. I say it to him a lot of times. He's a good man. He's a very good man. And I guess
I'm blushing for him.
he's a good man. He's kind. I don't know. I'm just saying that I'm a bully.
Oh, I read it on your timeline. I read it on your timeline. Those that came during your
Birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know I bullied people.
You posted them.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You didn't know?
I didn't know I bullied
Mr.
people,
Shola
but
of
I
Africa.
know that Shola can be tough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you see it as being tough,
Yeah.
but some of them see it as being bullied.
Yes.
But I want to believe those times were the times you wanted the best out of them, or the better
for them.
out of them.
Yes, I meant good. I didn't mean anything harmful. So, for example, I already had the songs I wanted for my wedding day. Faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, which was what was sung, and count your blessings. You know, like I said, I was extremely hopeful. So when it happened, it was like I said, people got emotional for me. My cousins were crying,
And you were like, you don't shame. But you got married at 48. That's a miracle on its own.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have lost hope and then would have done all sorts. Like Yoruba would say, Auntie Shashi Mashi, and then they will be regretting. And probably some would even be in a depressed mood, so that when the marriage now comes, they won't even enjoy it. So for you, when you got married at that time, were you expecting to still have children?
Yes, I was too hopeful.
You were still having your monthly circle?
Yes, I was, but it was no longer consistent.
Okay, it was already drying up.
I even knew that if I was not having my cycle,
You would still have children?
Yes, I was too sure.
I'm sure the doctors would have told you at one time or the other that you probably won't be able to have children.
Never.
Oh,
Even
they
if
didn't
I
tell you?
tell them that's
your own.
Yeah, I tell them to their faces.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I hope you're saying this. Sister Shola is saying, see.
I can mention the name of the doctors.
No, please don't. Sister Shola is saying, even when the doctors tell you things that do not align with your desire, that is in line with God's will, that you can still tell them that's for you.
Because God told me I will have children.
So, and you held on to that.
Yes.
So if God says it, that settles it.
I don't want to know how we will do it. I had to
whether you were menstruating or not.
Yeah, because I remember that I think it was
Hallelujah.
Amen. 2022, God told me February. He said, Shola, I can't mismanage your life. I won't forget. I cannot mismanage your life. That came through a pastor who came to speak with us. I think Reverend Kure or something like that. Solid Rock. I can't mismanage. So I was too sure. In fact, when we got married, my husband too was too strong in faith that
you believed you were going to have children.
Yes.
But for the fact that he already had 4 children,
yes,
was he still expecting more from you?
He wanted 5 from me. He's here.
Jesus is Lord.
He wanted
5.
Yes, that was what he said.
That would be a complete football team.
That's it.
5 plus 4, then the 2 of you. That's it.
My original plan
was his
12.
Yes.
I wanted 12. Like Daddy Gio.
So when we got married,
hearing what I'm hearing?
So when we got married, it was too short. So every time they say, I hope you have not seen your period. I hope I'm saying, at the point I was not bothered.
So the two of you were in sync
Yes.
as to the fact that
Yeah.
you
We
were
were going to
going
have,
to
children.
yes, and I
And-
knew we were not going to have one.
So the two shall be one. I hope somebody out there is catching this. It takes two to tango,
Yeah.
and then it takes two to believe and have faith that God will do it, even when everything around you
Yeah.
looks like it can't be.
Everybody gave up on me except myself.
Everybody can give up on you, but you should not give up on yourself. So you were your own greatest cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got
I'm
another.
going to put that on my left hand so that I won't get about it. Okay, now, so with all this journey you've gone through in life, how do you see yourself now? Do you feel like accomplished, or like, I wish this had come earlier? Or do you feel like, okay, this is the time and I'm okay with it?
Yeah. Like I tell people, okay, so can I talk about the children?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Your children.
the children, yeah.
Okay.
They
No,
call
we are
triplets.
not. We are not there yet.
Okay.
Just answer this first.
Being married, yeah, I feel
And having children, despite all odds.
I never felt that the time is not right. I felt this is the best time.
Okay, so you wouldn't have felt okay. It should have been like 22 years earlier,
I have
10 years earlier.
No, it's the best time.
Hallelujah. And you're cool with God.
Oh, absolutely. What would I have done? What would I have done? What would I have done actually? So when people say, "Oh, you should have told me," I say, "If I had told you, what would you have done?"
It probably would have linked you up with somebody earlier.
Oh, really?
Or probably taking, some young people now, some young ladies, they would say, okay, they saved their eggs, and then they would go ahead and use their eggs, do artificial insemination, buying sperm from sperm bank, and then they will have children of their own.
Okay. I remember there was a time my husband asked me, "Why didn't you marry?" I have a lot of younger friends.
Sweeters, okay.
No, I have a lot of younger friends who were guys. So I said, "Why didn't you consider marrying one of them?" I said, "Even the person older than me cannot handle me, not to talk of a younger person." So for me, beyond marriage, I want to end up in heaven. And marriage
is just you want to make heaven.
It's
heaven
either you go there or you don't go there. It's either heaven or hell. And marriage can be a
stepping stone.
A determining factor.
A determining factor.
Yes.
Your marriage can be a determining factor for where you end up in eternity, whether heaven or hell.
Yeah.
So there's no point rushing into marriage.
No. If they come early, fine.
Okay.
So if they don't come, no problem. Just wait on God.
So what if you didn't get married at all?
I won't have felt bad.
I hope somebody is hearing this.
No, really,
I want to ask you, the children, they came naturally, or you did some sort of scientific thing?
There's
like
nothing
IVF?
about science. I did IVF.
Okay.
Yes, I did that because I had been talking about IVF for years.
Okay.
I had led a lot of people to doing it. I had done a movie on it.
Okay.
So I know about it.
So why not you? Why?
In fact, I believe God strongly allowed me to go through it so that I won't just be talking about
sending
it.
people that through
Yes,
that part, and
I
you
should
have
be.
not experienced
Thank you.
it.
That is it.
Okay. So you said something earlier. You said heaven is your goal.
Yeah.
So no matter what anybody is going through here on earth, what should be our main desire is to please God and then make heaven. Because Ecclesiastes, this brings to mind Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13 and 14, saying at the end of it all, the conclusion of the matter, that yes, everything hidden will be brought to light.
Yes.
That what God desires of us is just that we worship Him and serve Him and do His bidding. So I must say your own it's a very inspiring story. Getting married at 48 to a Christian, not somebody that is just dilly-dallying. And then for your kind of person, strong in character, and then you were also a virgin at that. It's always a waiting virgin. Our virgin to help anybody. At 48, some people have body counts. They can't even say how many people they've slept with.
What I tell people, most of these young people feel that how can I eat what I've not tasted? They say it.
They say, let me test.
Yes, and I tell them the truth that, see, once a man sleeps with you, there is nothing. Why pay for the milk when the cow is free?
And then, okay, so now let's leave theirs on one side. When you got pregnant, were you, did the doctors tell you that there will be risks involved?
They told me, and I said it's his own opinion.
That the children might be deformed?
No.
Okay,
no.
What was it?
What he said was that this is a high-risk pregnancy, that I shouldn't be, that they would want the baby to come out by the 28th week, that he has handled such, blah, 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 blah. I just pushed what he said aside. I said, because the first time I went to check, like I told you, he wanted 5, so he got 5 pregnancy strips. To confirm whether I was pregnant or not. So and by 12 midnight that day, I said, Jackie Lemona. He said, no, let's check. We checked, it was positive. Used another strip, it was positive. I said, it's the same positive. So when we went to check the first time, the doctor told us that he saw 2 heartbeats. In other words, they were twins.
Twins.
Yeah. So I said, okay. So as we were driving out, I told him, I said, even if it is one,
yeah,
I said that.
That's true.
So we went, but we had to go back after a month. So when we went back, it was another doctor we met, but the same hospital. And the man said, what he can see are 3. I said 3. I said, the other doctor told me to say, well, what I am seeing now, they are 3. So we had to go back after a month. When we went back, we now met that doctor we met the second time.
That said it was 2.
That said it was 3. So he checked. And he said, you can see 4. I said 4. I said, but you told me 3. He said, what I'm seeing now is 4. So I said, I'm not going to come back again.
Because you are not consistent.
Because no. Let them know. Let us not come back and you say it's 5.
5.
And what he said, also
pass. Okay, so it wasn't your making.
No.
Wow.
It wasn't.
Sincerely. Because when somebody heard that news, the person said, they do that people actually usually would arrange such. So it wasn't your making. That was just awesome. God.
Maybe I can explain something there that she maybe probably do remember. It was 3 sperms.
No, eggs.
3 eggs that were planted into uterus.
Okay.
And usually the reason why they make it as many as possible, that some may fail,
die, yes,
and then some will still survive.
Yes.
But our own, instead of some dying,
they survived and even replicated themselves. Wow.
So it was not something that you would say there is man doing it,
yes,
God doing it. Another thing that the doctor told us was that very day, all the people that were treated, all the women that came that day, she was the only one that was successful. Wow. All the other ones didn't.
Wow.
And they were younger.
And they were younger than her in age.
Wow.
So every inch of the way, you see the hand of God.
God was there. Honestly, I'm particularly inspired by this story because I think I have the confidence now to go back to the person and tell the person they no arrange them. No, they no arrange them.
And give you the name of the hospital.
They no arrange them. You can hear them. Mommy Quadruplet is saying you can actually go and check in the hospital if you want to verify any of these claims. Honestly, I am inspired personally, and I believe that somebody out there will also be inspired. I'm not asking Daddy much questions because honestly, I can't stop listening to her. Personally, I can't stop listening to her. She seemed loaded.
Yeah, she is.
She seems so loaded. So if you could go back to your younger self, let's say when you were 25 or 35, what one single advice will you give that person? Your younger self.
Shola?
Yes.
Maybe to be a little more patient.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know that I used to be brash. When you talk, I give it back to you. I don't waste time. So I feel that some people couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Some were able to go with me. That's Shola. But some were like, what rubbish? Who is she? Who does she think she is? Blah, blah, and they were just dropped off the way. But some stayed.
You were uncomfortably blunt.
Very extremely unapologetic.
You know, I put on uncomfortably blunt.
Yes, because some people were not comfortable with it, and I was unapologetic about it.
And then those years you were praying. Did you kind of lose your faith at one point in time?
Mm.
Apart from what you told us from the beginning that you told God you were tired. Did you like
As a
feel
matter of
like
fact, I only told God I was tired when I was already in my 40s. When I was about 45. Yeah. My 45th birthday.
and then all those years you never at any point in time
I kept
got
working.
depressed?
There was no time.
For you to be depressed?
I was
When you
busy.
say there was no time, what do you mean?
I don't. I'm not. How would I say? Me, you don't know.
You were busy doing
I
what?
was busy with my business and doing the work of God. I was in the choir. Later on, I was transferred to Sunday school department where I got busy.
So there was no time for you to even get depressed?
Because talking about spiritual, and then for my career, I was busy with my business. You know, I did a lot of traveling. You know, so there was no time to sit down to think about it. There was no
Okay,
time.
so I think somebody out there needs that. What about delay?
What is
Yalo. So how do I say that in English now? Yoruba is awesome. So it's the less busy hands that the devil, you know, learns to do his own business. Get busy. That's what I can just get from what she said. And get engaged. And then I know you're a people person, even though you like you also said you would have told your younger self to be more patient, but even at that, you still draw people to yourself. And then some of them see you as being generous and all of that. So now, if you want to look back at your journey, would you say that God has been fair to you? Extremely? God has been fair.
God has been faithful.
Not even fair, he's been faithful.
Sincerely. I have friends who got married before me, but they are dead. They have children,
But they are gone.
but they are gone. Some don't have children, they are gone. Some have been married before me, they are yet to have children. Some have been married and they are out of marriage. A whole lot.
So you have your husband.
Like I told them, God just collapsed 25 years for me. Got married at 48 and then had children before 50.
Before 50, few days before your 50th birthday.
Few weeks.
Few weeks, okay.
I had them on 6th and my 50th was 31st of March. Same month.
So if you are to talk about God's timing, how would you express it? Okay, God's timing, waiting on God. How will you express it to anybody?
Okay. Honestly speaking, some of these things you are not able to explain well. Like I told somebody who came here some days ago, I said, Jesus Christ told his mother, he said, woman, it's not yet my time. Why are you troubling me? But Mary said, whatsoever he tells you to do,
Do it.
do it. I don't know.
That's the story of Jesus attending a marriage in Canada.
So sometimes is it that we can force God to make that time happen? Sometimes, not all the time. That's why I say some of these things you can't explain. I don't know if you get my point. Some of you can't explain it because he eventually performed that miracle. Even though he said it was not yet his time, but he performed the miracle. So for me, God is the God of time and of season. It's very important. One of the big lessons I've learned this period is having a very thick relationship with God. Just hear God for yourself.
Hear God for yourself. You know, the youth of these days, they rely on my pastor said, my prophet said. Know God for yourself. I
have a number of people who came to me, men who wanted to marry me, because they were referred to me by their pastors. Their pastors told them that this lady has good
business.
Good business now. Destiny. If you marry her,
Ologoni,
you know. And some came because they felt I could help them financially, you understand? Yeah. So I have, not that I don't have people coming.
Strings attached, and you didn't want that.
I didn't want that. I wanted to hear God directly. And it's important. And see, it's not only in marriage that you need to hear God. Even in business, I know there were some businesses I wanted to venture into. And God told me clearly, if you get into it, you're going to get into trouble and you will land in jail. As much as I think I like money, I didn't do it.
Okay, I want to go to Daddy now. Daddy, the Bible says that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. Would you say that scripture is true in your life?
It's very true.
You've been favored? Please just shed a little light on it for us.
Okay, I think I mentioned it a while ago that I find in my wife a person who is very good at welfare,
hospitality. Okay.
Fair. She's kind.
That is also good.
You know, she's kind. She's a giver.
Okay.
Even though I say she's a mathematical giver.
She calculates before giving.
She doesn't just give anyhow. She gives for good reasons and to produce results. You know. There are some weird things about her, some unusual things about her. And there are also some unusual things about me.
Okay.
Like the nature of my calling.
Okay.
Is something that I've never seen such an example before anywhere in the world. You know, and God gave it to me as a ministry.
Okay.
So when I look at her, even when we were cutting, and she was throwing tantrums, bullying people, including, you know, security men, gate men, driver, blah blah blah, you know. I was not seeing those physical things. I was trying to hear what everyone was saying
concerning her.
And even now, is like it's still unraveling. And God has been so faithful that at times when I have doubts, I feel unhappy, a word will just come to lift my spirit and tell me, I'm there with you.
Hang in there.
I'm there with you. So for me, I am fulfilled.
Having her as a wife?
Yes.
Even though she's a handful?
More than legful.
Okay, now let me quickly ask Mr. Shola, when you go married to him, or when you were going together and you knew you already had 4 children grown-ups, how did you feel? Did you feel like you will have a good relationship with them, or like, what kind of baggage is this man coming with?
I was too sure we were going to be friends. I mean, with the children. And we're good friends. That's the truth. We're good friends. There are 4. 2 boys and 2 girls, just the way I have 2 boys and 2 girls.
So you have 4 boys, 4 girls all together.
We're good friends. We relate well.
Big money.
Yeah, we relate well. You know, they call me Mommy Shola. I mean, before I got pregnant. So we relate well.
Okay, so now just to wrap all of this up, because honestly I've been encouraged myself and I've also been inspired, and I believe our listeners too are inspired. I want to ask one question, Mr. Shola. Let's say like 50 years from now, when people hear your story or they see it online, what one lesson do you want them to go with? What particular thing do you want them to remember of you, about this story of yours? Hold on. Just that they should hold on.
Just hold on, because I've discovered that if you are not patient to get it right, you will now need that patience to resolve the wrong.
Or even to even stay alive, because if you marry wrongly and the man keeps beating you every day.
I know. I've seen things.
Terrible marriages.
I have seen terrible ones and I've seen good,
beautiful ones.
Yes.
So which one would you say yours is?
Mine is a good one. A very
beautiful.
Good one. This man is a good man. I can say he's a good man.
Aww. He's
I-
blushing.
I say it to him when we're in the room. I'll say, "You're a good man." You understand? Even though there's a song I used to hear them. Ọkùnrin tàbí nídìílé ọ̀tọ̀, obìnrin tàbí tí òbí ọ̀tọ̀ tọ́jú wọn dàgbà, tí wọ́n wá parapọ̀ láti sùúrù ló gbà.
Yes.
Láti mọ̀ wá.
Because you have different backgrounds.
Yes, and then I realized that, like on my wedding day, that's our mutual friend spoke to us. He said, "See, we are managing ourselves. All of us, we have to manage ourselves. You will always see a better person than your wife,
That's right.
and you always see a better person than your husband. But you have to. But honestly speaking, he's a good man. Even like he said, I throw tantrums. Me, I'll say there's some kudie. You understand? Some things. I'm a Lagos girl. I was born, bred, butter jam in Lagos. He's an Ibadan man. He's not just from Ibadan as a place. He's from Oyo State, but he grew up there. Do you understand? So I know the way there are two different things. Ibadan people, buses go back to Lagos. In Lagos, you run
To meet your boss.
so you can see.
Gone.
You understand?
Okay, so I would say I've had a wonderful time with you, Mr. and Mrs. Segun Olonode. I hope that's correct.
Correct.
And I'm telling you the truth. I know that this story of yours will inspire lives, will give hope to those that are hopeless and those that are feeling okay. It's all finished for them. Hearing our story and our journey, it's something that I believe that God would straighten out somebody's life out there. And like Mrs. Olonode said, she said the only thing that she would want you to remember is you need to hold on, hang in there with God, because God will come through for you like He did for her. Like I said at the beginning, my name is Modupe Oluwasemiloge Osho, and it's been a wonderful time having you with us. See you some other time. Peace out.